everyone. How are
Welcome.
you? Thank
We're
you.
great, thanks. Great. So things are busy, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Very
things are really
exciting.
busy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. And so thank you for taking your time to drop in and give us a quick download on what's going on. It really is appreciated to get these updates and for you to jump into the field like this. It means a lot to me. So thanks. And so there's a couple of things that I wanted to touch on, and we can go into that in a little bit. But the most important thing for me that I got out of some of the stories that you've shared so far is your desire for freedom,
Mhm.
right? And how, because it's a big core value of mine as well. And I feel like some of the design that you've got with LUMIVITAE as a company is actually based around creating freedom, not only for yourself, but for as many people as possible. Is that right?
Absolutely. In fact, I would say I would say, our true vision overall is freedom. Um, Even myself, that is my highest value, in fact, for myself and all of humanity, to have true freedom. And when I say freedom, I mean freedom in our bodies, freedom in our minds, freedom in our bank accounts, freedom in our way to express ourselves, freedom in every way that freedom means. And it's even the same with Nuno. One of the things that we really connected on when we very first met was his understanding and desire for freedom. Um, and even like, I could tell you a little bit of a story of
Please.
how he understood even the greater parts of his gift was in trying to give his son freedom. So his son was born autistic, like Nuno is as well, but probably deeper than Nuno is, and couldn't communicate with the family. And Nuno wanted to find other mechanisms for his son to be able to communicate, because he wasn't free to communicate with the family. And so that was actually one of the very first tools that Nuno ever really created, was to help to give his son freedom to communicate with the rest of his family. And so that was where, I guess, Nuno knew since he was a child that he had these gifts, but it was, how did he turn these gifts into something that was going to help people? And it was his son, which was now 30 something years ago, because his son is 34, I think, years old, was helping him come out of his own body, if you like, that enabled him to have that freedom. And so, yeah, I would say that freedom is the reason that we have created this, and everything from obviously the incredible products that we have, which enable you to have more freedom in your own body with health and wellness, but even to how we created the compensation plan, for that to enable people to have true abundance and true freedom. I haven't seen a compensation plan, and please, if you find one, let me know, that actually has the full breadth of everything that the company, all the profits and everything that the company will make go back into the compensation plan. And that was because, again, it's nice to have your own personal financial freedom. It's way more nicer to have a whole community have that kind of freedom. So it's not just about having personal freedom. It's actually about having full freedom for humanity, for our community.
Beautiful. I love that. And so I've got a question for you, because freedom is there, right? And not everyone takes it. It's like that story of, oh, I can't travel, you're so lucky. And it's like, yes, you can. Everyone can. It's a choice. But what is it that you think, in the years that you've been doing a whole range of different projects, but also I think with network marketing, personal development is such a huge piece of success. And so what is it that actually, from your perspective, holds people back from actually being able to step into their own freedom, even when it's available so clearly with what you're creating here?
Yeah, I mean, that's super easy. It's your own limiting beliefs. Like, and I think that those limiting beliefs are a combination of obviously your own fears and things like that come from whatever your own personal experiences are. But I also think that society creates those beliefs as well. They don't want you to be free. They don't want you to
Mm.
understand that you have all this freedom inside of you, because if you really understood how free you could actually be, you wouldn't be so easy to be controlled. And so one of the reasons why I love network marketing so much, and I love this business model so much, is because I truly believe that even though, if I go back to, say, a decade ago to when I was, or just over a decade ago to when I was first introduced to this business model, I didn't have the mindset that I have today. And it's because of this business model that it's enabled me to have this mindset. It's because of the personal development. It's because of the like-minded people. It's because of, being able to break through some of those limiting beliefs that I even had, to move through that. And so this is what I love about network marketing. This is what I love about affiliate marketing. This is what I love about these business models, is that here you have your very own business, but you're not here by yourself. You've got this whole community around you. And actually, my success, Jason's success, all of our success is based upon your success. Like, our job is actually not to sell products and not to do all of these things. Our job is actually to help you break through those limiting beliefs and become successful. Because the more we help you do that, the more successful we actually become ourselves. So I don't really know too many other business models, to be honest, where actually our job is to help you become really successful. So I came out of the corporate environment, out of a corporate job, which at the time when I left that, everyone was like, you are absolutely crazy, absolutely mad. Again, that was their limiting beliefs around what they thought was safe for me to stay within a corporate job. But inside of that corporate job, not really anyone wanted me to be really successful. They actually wanted the opposite. They didn't want me to shine. They didn't want me to get promotions. They wanted the promotions. They wanted to be seen as shining. This is the opposite. It's kind of turned upside down. We want you to shine. We
Really?
want you to rank up. We want you to have these promotions. We want you to rise to the top. It kind of really turns the whole corporate model on its head, if you like. And that's, again, what I love about this space.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if I answered that for you.
No, that's great. And I'm the same. I came into all of these kind of business models, and I've been doing this on and off for about 20 years, really, with Amway being the first network marketing company that I joined. And it was from Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant that I was like, how do I get to the right-hand side of the quadrant so that I can step into a big business? And he literally wrote a book called The Business School, which was telling people, get into network marketing, because you have basically got the lowest cost to step into a business. And with LUMIVITAE, it's actually zero if that's what you wanted to do. It's easier if you've got something to demonstrate, but you can step in with zero cost. And then you actually have people that will pay you for your almost education by building your business and supporting you with that. And there was nothing else like that. And that's what keeps kind of drawing me back in. And so here we are with LUMIVITAE, talking about molecular hydrogen. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't think either of us are the most scientific in the team, but what is it that makes molecular hydrogen freedom for the cell itself, from what you understand, if that makes sense, that question?
Okay, so again, this is something that I guess that really resonates with this part of me that loves freedom so much. Molecular hydrogen doesn't really like to be told what to do. It likes its own freedom. It comes into the body and it's like, what do I need to, what do I need, or how can I serve best? Right? So not that it's pre-programmed how to do anything. It actually literally comes into the body and says, how do I serve best? Where am I needed most? How can I help most? And I kind of love that about molecular hydrogen, is that unlike, say, vitamin C or glutathione or other antioxidants, and even though I know molecular hydrogen sometimes is classed as an antioxidant because it acts like that, but it's not technically an antioxidant. And it's not technically an antioxidant because it's not pre-programmed to do a specific thing like vitamin C or glutathione or some of the other antioxidants. It literally comes into your body and it says, I've got the freedom to do whatever I want to do, which is whatever is in the highest good for your body. So you'll see sometimes people will have, you know, completely different results with molecular hydrogen, because it literally comes in and does whatever it sees that your body is literally crying out for the most. So I guess that's what I love the most about molecular hydrogen. That, and you know, over the weekend I did a grueling personal training session where my personal trainer, who is an Olympian, said to me, "You're not going to be able to move on Monday. You are going to be in crippling pain, and if you laugh, your abs are going to burn like there's no tomorrow." She was being very cruel. And and I thought, this is so funny. I was literally on the phone walking this morning early, and I was like, I don't have any pain at all. I do not have any DOMS at all. I do not have any muscle soreness at all. And I spoke to her and I said, you know, you thought I was going to wake up in terrible agony. I don't have any pain at all from that grueling session you put me through. And so I
It's
can only
amazing.
think that it's this, right? So
Yeah. And, you know, we're hearing it from other people that are deep in the science and have done research and aren't associated to selling products at all, that are telling us these things, along with the thousands of peer-reviewed studies now. And that's, you know, what I love with this product as well is I was watching a video with Tyler LeBaron the other day, and he was talking about that, you know, from 2007 when it first came up for him, that he thought, you know, in 10 years' time, it's going to get to a point where some influencers are going to start to jump onto this, but then it's going to be another 10 years before it's like a global understanding of what molecular hydrogen is. And that's where we are. We're a couple of years away from that. And to be involved in something that is so basic, like the number one element on the periodic table, and at a place of just really introducing it to humanity in a way that is supporting us so much. And that's such a unique unicorn opportunity that's blowing my mind all the time.
absolutely. I mean, just to think that, okay, so you have someone like Tyler LeBaron, right, which has done, he would be by far the most researched person on molecular hydrogen. And for him to say, you know, I think that it's going to start to kind of bubble into the market in 2017. And then by 2027, we're going to start to see that the rest of the world will start to catch on. So here we are in 2024, the very beginning stages of 2024, 3 years before the rest of the world catches on. And here we are launching a startup company, which is really based around molecular hydrogen.
Mm.
There couldn't be a better seat to be in.
Yeah.
Because it's not that you're going to have to wait 10 years. It's not that, you know, before this really catches on. We are literally riding a wave of molecular hydrogen. And so you're getting to be a part of that. You're getting to be a part of this, you know, early adopter phase that is so, one, it's so impactful because, you know, from you guys, you're going to impact so many people, but it's also so lucrative. I mean, this to me, I don't know of anything that could be more exciting than to know that we are going to impact so many people in such a beautiful way by getting this incredible miracle molecule into their body, by helping them to understand what this incredible molecule does. But then by sharing this gift, we're also going to become very abundant ourselves in doing that. So, I mean, like you're literally, there's what, 16 of you on here, right? You're literally sitting in seats that I know without a shadow of a doubt that people are going to be like, damn, I wish I'd known about this back then. So, you know, it's such beautiful timing for us to all be here and to be on the same page and to be wanting to bring this to the world.
Yeah, beautiful. And can you give us a little bit of a roadmap of like what's happened over the last 6 months and where you think we'll be in 6 months?
What's happened over the last 6 months? It's been the hardest 6 months of my life. I know.
Yeah, I can
The
imagine.
most exciting. Building an enormous company as the CEO and founder, as well as the company, has been interesting. But it has also been actually absolutely the most fruitful and the most exciting thing I've ever been a part of. because to also have so much and to have so many incredible people that are being magnetized to this, like people that normally wouldn't want to be part of a product company or whatnot are being really magnetized to this. So that has been like the most incredible part to have that. Where have we gone? You know, it's interesting because some of you will get to know very soon a gentleman called Julian Hitch. So Julian Hitch is somebody who helps companies go from 10 million to 100 million to $1 billion. And so this is what he does, and he helps coaches, CEOs. And so he's been my personal coach, and now I've also brought him into the company as our CSO, which you are the first to actually hear that.
Wow.
So he is so impressed with our company that he has left another company that just got $100 million investment, $100 million investment. He just left that company to come and work for us because he's like, this is a true unicorn. Like, he's like, I truly believe this is going to be a unicorn company. And so he's left that to come and work with us. What he's seen, he's like, the growth that you've had in such a short period of time is phenomenal. He's like, the company that he just left, he's like, we got $100 million investment and they still do not have this kind of growth that you've got with no investment. The only investment this company has had is me personally and Nuno personally investing ourselves into investing what we have invested into it. And he's like, I've never seen this. And so, yeah, that's, you know, super, super exciting. I mean, today we have 3,500 confirmed affiliates. We expect to have 35,000 affiliates by December 2024. But I think that we will probably have more than that because we have a few things in the pipeline that when they get announced, I think that there's going to be a tsunami, not just a wave, but a tsunami.
Yeah. And so can you sneak anything else to us about those things coming in the next 6 months?
I would say get yourself ready for, oh, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? What can I tell you? I don't know what I can tell you. I already just gave you a sneaky thing that I shouldn't.
Great. Well, look,
Okay, what I will tell you, get yourself ready in the biohacking community. So, because I think that we will have, get yourself ready in the biohacking community.
Yeah, beautiful. All right.
What I would
So
say. Get yourself positioned well in that, particularly for October when something will be be announced to the world.
Okay. All right.
That's all I can give you for that.
Okay. Great. So until then, there's a few things coming up, and I want to be conscious of your time. So I just want to quickly kind of run through what's happening in February and March, because there's some super exciting things happening that are really supporting anyone who is here now at these early stages, this 3,500 group, to really be able to leverage what you and the team are creating. And one of the things that's been so exciting for me is, like you were saying, the quality of people that are joining this and the capacity of their audience and the skills that they have in being able to reach a powerful audience. And they're just sharing it as part of this business model, which otherwise, if they were to train us, is like tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars to get that kind of training. And they're like, I've done it for you. Here you go. Just put your name at the top. It's just like, wow, thank you. So I'm just going to pull a couple of things up on screen. Give me one sec. So let's just skip past this for a second. So the first thing is the Live in Lisbon training. Right. So this is going to be hard for the people that are in Australia, but just anyone who is hearing about it, that there is this Live in Lisbon training. Do you want to just touch on this quickly?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously, I mean, we're probably not expecting Australians necessarily to show up, though you never know. But if you have people that are here in Europe, if you've got connections here in Europe, even if they haven't joined yet, like this could be something that you would want to send them to, especially if they are very science driven, because of course here we are going to have Dr. Tyler LeBaron, obviously Nuno Nina, Carrie, not Bradshaw, but Carrie Drink Wine. I accidentally put Carrie Bradshaw. I obviously had Sex and the City on the mind. And a group of other incredible people that will be here for a literal live training, so hands-on live training. Now, the Flow Summit, which happens on the 20th, is going to be an incredible space to be able to leverage. So for those of you that haven't been, why am I getting feedback?
Sorry, if you can mute, please, if you're not muted.
For those of you that haven't watched Katia, so please watch Katia's How to Leverage the Flow Summit, because that's going to be really amazing. For those of you that don't know Katia is renowned for doing $1 million launches in a matter of a really short period of time. So she knows how to take a simple subject and absolutely blow it up. So engage in that would be my number one thing. Engage in the Flow Summit, engage in all the techniques that she's going to give you for, there you go, for the Flow Summit. Watch the recording that she had done on Friday, and there'll be other recordings that are coming up as well. But to come back to the Train the Trainer, this would be, if you can get anyone at this Train the Trainer, this is going to be also epic to get them to leverage the Flow Summit too. Because leading into the Flow Summit, we will have a lot of social media and whatnot. And so it enables them to kind of position themselves alongside these other amazing leaders, alongside Nuno, alongside Dr. Tyler LeBaron and some of the other incredible scientists that we have. So which would be such a nice way to really launch pad their business. So
yeah,
we will
amazing.
not be live streaming the training, no.
Okay, great. Thanks for that, because I know that question has come up a few times. So, all right. So if you do want to be trained by Nuno, then make your way to Lisbon. If you just want to meet Nuno and Taryn and Dr. Michelle, then we have the Australian New Zealand Roadshow coming up. So you guys are all literally in person coming to Perth, Melbourne, Sydney, Sunshine Coast, and then Auckland in the month of March. And I'm super excited with this. And I feel like you guys are honoring Australia. And obviously, for those that don't know, you're from Perth or from Australia. And, there's got to be some, what's the right word, honor to bring it to Australia first. But yeah, appreciate that you're making such an effort, and everyone is making such an effort.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's my home country, right?
Yeah.
I felt like it was only fair if we get to have our head offices here in Portugal, in Lisbon and Madeira, that, Australia got to be the first cab off the rank, if you like, in terms of our shows, in honor of my home country too. So Australia, New Zealand, yes, it is the first. And so can't wait to be there and meet and see you all. I know as well, Justin is putting together a, because obviously we have this event, but I know some of you are going to have some other like key influencers or other network marketers. So Justin is also putting together a calendar of time, because I've already had some people reaching out with other people that they want me to meet with a one-on-one meeting there. So he will send that to you guys as well. So if you have other key influencers and things like that want to meet with me, I can, I'll send that out to you, or I'll send it to Jason and Jason can distribute to your team.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks. All right. Well, Taryn, is there anything else you want to share? It's been great to have you on here, and I know you've got lots to do, and I appreciate your time. So
the other thing I would probably want to share is just to lock some other things in, because you may not be part of the corporate meeting, which is later, but definitely watch the replay. And for those of you that are on the East Coast, maybe you could wake up early and watch it. But so the things I want you to really leverage is make sure you leverage the Flow Summit. Make sure you then leverage the 88-day game plan, so the Legacy in Flow, because that is going to be some incredible training that you're going to be able to plug people into. And that's not just about your team. It's also about bringing in new people into your team. Use this as a way to really, I guess, leverage this. This is what this business is all about, by the way, guys. Leverage. So leverage this as a way to bring more people into your own personal business by leveraging the skill set and the incredible talent that we have that will also be delivering that. We're going to announce the 2 major events that we will have next year, one in the USA and one in Europe. that will get announced on tonight's event, tonight's corporate meeting. And I will probably give you a sneak. No, I won't do that on tonight's meeting, but there will also be 2 product launches that will be happening this year too. For
That
some
you're going to
other.
mention tonight?
Sorry?
That you're going to mention tonight, those 2 new products? Or you're just going to let us know?
No,
Okay.
I just thought I might, and then I just thought, no, I'm not going to. So
Okay,
I
great.
might mention it
Well,
on the next
thanks for
one.
telling us you're not doing 2.
And oh, can I let you guys know this?
Yeah, go on. I'm recording, so I'll just share it with everyone.
Hey?
I said I'm recording, so I'll just share it with everyone. So you can tell us a secret.
Okay. But you actually can't share it with everyone. That's the thing.
Okay. Okay.
We're going to have a fast start that's going to be announced that will start today.
Oh, wow. Nice. Nice.
So to get the details, you're going to have to watch the recording.
Okay, that's great. And so for those of you that don't know about Fast Start, it really is a way to support people to step into their business and really get activated and help people to get over that initial hurdle and build momentum, because this business really is built on momentum. And if we can help people hit the ground running, then it's a lot easier to keep running than to try and break through that initial inertia that can be quite analysis paralysis.
Yes.
So
yes.
beautiful.
Yeah, some exciting stuff. So lots of exciting announcements are going to happen in your tomorrow morning's corporate field update.
Yeah.
So
great.
watch the recording unless you get up super early and watch it live.
It's super early here in WA, so I don't think I'll make it live.
I know. I don't expect you to mess up your circadian rhythms, but you can watch the recording.
Yeah. And
Awesome.
I also just wanted to say thank you to like the quality of what's been happening. You know, there's obviously, and I'm just going to speak openly, that when you've got a first product run on something, there's always going to be little glitches, and we're aware of that, compassionate about that. But the customer support, the communication, the way that they're communicating, and everything has just been so giving and really open, and it's been very supportive. So thank you for creating that culture. And that is, you know, these cultures are the things that come from the top and filter their way down through. So, you know, we can feel the energy that's in the business through the relationship that you and Nino have, and the frequencies that you guys hold. So thank you for
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And just on that, just to give you some kind of idea of understanding, Apple's very first run on their phones had a 26% manufacturer error. We have
Right.
had a 5%. Just to give you an idea of what that looks like. And of course, for me, customer service was paramount, that we had, you know, a really beautiful customer experience. And so, yeah, it has been something that we've tried really hard.
Yeah. We can learn a lot from our past, can't we?
Yes. Yeah.
Great.
It's all good.
All right.
All right, wonderful. I've got to jump into another meeting, so I'm going
Yeah.
to love you and leave you. And yeah, we'll see you in the corporate update for those that jump on, or I will see you in the recording. Thanks, Jason, and thanks for being
Beautiful.
such an amazing leader, and for really steering an incredible ship that you are steering in Australia. It's you guys are in very wonderful, beautiful, safe hands with Jason steering your boat down there.
That's sweet of you.
See
Thank
you guys.
you. All
Bye.
right. Bye. All right. So I'm super stoked that we got to have Taryn come in and share even some secrets and first news updates on really, for me, I guess, the ability to create a big business, and to I don't recall the name, but the business coach that is really going to be bringing this company from a, you know, $1 million company, which it is already. There's already over $1.5 million worth of sales in a company that really launched and hasn't officially even launched yet, but will be had a pre-launch in November. We're now, 2 months further, 3 months further, and over $1 million, and then leading that to 100 million and then $1 billion business. That's something that I'm super excited to be part of, and especially this early. So yeah, good on us for being here, hey, so early, and making that commitment to jump into the rough waters so that we can, make the most profits and as impact, right? The most impact. So, all right. Let me now quickly go through the presentation just so that you guys have an idea of what this is all about. I'm just going to quickly go back, and obviously Taryn, who we just spoke to, for those of you that don't know, is the business visionary, and she is the CEO of this company. She was approached by this man, Nuno Nina, who is the inventor and founder of a lot of the technologies that will be coming out in the coming years, and it sounds like there's going to be some very, very exciting products coming out in the new year as well towards the end. And that's me. And what I want to show you here is that, like, this is not perfect. And yes, I've done these kinds of things before, but it can be messy, it can be clunky. You don't need to be perfect. Just start, and you have the support. If you're in my team, even if you're not in my team, you're more than welcome to bring your people here and be supported by the networks that we're all creating together. And I really feel this non-compete ethos that Taryn's bringing in the field as well, and I really love that. So we've just done all of that. And so what is it all about? And it's really about molecular hydrogen. Right now, we were touching on the benefits of molecular hydrogen and how it really works slightly different than just as an antioxidant. It really becomes what I think is cell signaling and gene expression. So it really is now going into the cells and making sure that each of the individual cells is working at its optimum, and really allowing for it to be able to repair itself, to protect itself, to actually function at its highest capacity. And that is what molecular hydrogen does, and that's why it works on so many different areas. If we look at this list here, then antioxidant-like effects, anti-allergy effects, anti-inflammatory effects, anti-cellular death effects, anti-aging, supporting the immune system, increasing cellular metabolism. Like, the list goes on because it's working to enhance the gene expression. And I was watching something with Carrie Drinkwine, and she was sharing how a lot of the illness, 5% of the illness that is in our world and in our bodies is actually because of poor gene expression. And if we just actually allowed those genes to be in their highest vibration, in their highest resonance, that would resolve the dis-ease in the body. And so it's actually helping the cells to function, and that's where we can remove illness. And that's what I'm looking for, where we can have these, for when I relate this to freedom, that your freedom isn't copying my freedom. Your freedom is about what is true for you. And that's kind of a piece of how I feel like hydrogen works, is that it helps all of us find our own truth and then live into that, into our fuller capacity. So how do we get hydrogen into our system? And that's, of course, with hydrogen water. And when the body is asking for water, it's actually asking for hydrogen. And it makes sense when you say, I need to hydrate myself, that I need to drink hydrogen, right? And get more hydrogen in my body. So it actually makes absolute sense when you say it like that. But sometimes common sense isn't that common, right? And the idea that if you want to have a high vibration, you have to improve your vibration. You have to give it space. You have to give it room to actually be able to vibrate. And that is what hydrogen will do. And so LUMIVITAE is releasing a whole bunch. Now, this is actually, have I got it here? Let's go through the bottle first. This is the flagship product. So this is what is available now. This is the only product that's available from LUMIVITAE, which is a liquid light vessel. And it's really a fusion of hydrogen and frequencies and magnetics. So in the base of the bottle, there is a very unique configuration of magnets that is designed in a way that will actually mimic the magnetic field of the Earth's core. And so this is something that inherently is needed in our physical body. Our bodies need this magnetism, and magnetism can then influence water. We're learning with Dr. Emoto and the work that he does on when you have intention or you stick a word onto the water, that the water can actually carry that signature and become structured in that way. And when we're wanting to support our body, then what Nuno's done is he's really created an ecosystem inside this bottle. So at the base, we have this magnetic field that works like the Earth. And in the top, there are frequencies that will then run down and actually give a frequency like the sun into the water, giving life essence, frequency into the water. So it's almost like a full ecosystem with the Earth at the bottom, the sun at the top, and us in the middle, our water bodies in the middle. And that's how we can then support ourselves. And then in the lid, there's also two other energy programs. One of them is for energy and the other one is for recovery. And this is really about resolving the oxidative stress. So sometimes we need more oxidation to step into energy, and sometimes we need to reduce the oxidation to allow the body to come into recovery. There is also a chromotherapy, which goes into a number of different colors, and it's more of a cosmetic thing, but it does influence our mood, and that is reality, right? There are a few things that make this product very, very unique though. And the question comes up because you can spend $50 on Temu probably and buy a hydrogen water bottle. But when you're using electrolysis to make the water hydrogenated, then what you're doing is you're actually creating an electric charge that goes from one to the next. Let me just see if I got that. So the electrolysis can actually do what's called a dirty process, and not only then provide you with hydrogenated water, but also provide you with these other chemicals that the body doesn't desire. And so using high quality materials, which is then a platinum coated titanium, so that none of the metals are leaching into the water. And then there's also this proton exchange membrane, which will then allow only the desired chemicals and molecules to actually pass through the membrane. And previously, DuPont had the highest quality membrane that was available, and they did some testing, and Nuno has actually created his own proton exchange membrane. And something to remember as well is that every single thing with this water bottle has been designed intentionally by Nuno. And it's been very, very carefully chosen. And that doesn't mean that it's going to be the cheapest. And if you're looking to create the best, it's not going to be the cheapest. And if there are pseudo ways of supporting ourselves by buying cheap materials that actually end up harming us, then we're not doing ourselves any service here. So that's exciting. There's also, it's not always more is better. If you have a case of, let's use food. food is very important, but if we have too much food, that's not going to be better than the right amount of food. And it's similar with the amount of hydrogen that's in the water, because you can get higher levels of hydrogen in the water, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be bioavailable. Doesn't mean that the body's actually going to be able to receive the hydrogen that it's needing. And it has a lot to do with this three-phase formula of the pH, the RH2 and the ORP. And these are details that I'm not going to go into in detail. There are many science videos of people that are way more qualified than I am to be talking about this. And if you'd like to know more, then reach out to me or your sponsor and they can point you in the right direction. The point being, it's about balance. To be able to get the right proportion of these elements to make the most bioavailable hydrogen for our body to receive it. And there have been many live blood analyses that have happened with our bottle now, where the blood's been very constricted. There's been a lot of coagulation going on, and then they've had one bottle of water, and these aren't big. They're about the size of a cup of water you could pour it into. So it's not a huge quantity of water that you need to drink. And it immediately had a huge effect on opening up the space between the cells, allowing the cells then to function. They can all breathe much better because they're not jammed in together. They can also then flow better, and there was reduction in inflammation. All of these things just from drinking just over 300 mils of water, right? It's really, really powerful. And so this is a piece just talking about the magnetics, the different frequencies. So we've got the energy frequency and the recovery frequency in the lid. And what some people are doing is they're actually then unscrewing the lid and then just using the lid as a frequency emitting device, which also works. And then the third program is LUMIVITAE, which literally means light of life. And that is what we're trying to do with this company as well, is to light up people's life, to really say to people that freedom is an option. And this is a vehicle. This is literally a train on tracks with an amazing train driver and engineer, and all of these pieces are being built as we go. And this train is driving towards freedom. And our role as distributors is to let people know about this opportunity. Let them know that there is a train that exists like this, and give them the invitation to jump on board. And not everybody wants to jump on, but everyone deserves, I feel, to know that they can, that there is an opportunity to. So the bottle is 488 euros. That works out delivered to Australia around 800, 850, depending a little bit on the exchange, because that is varying a lot at the moment. There's a 21-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked, and there's a 2-year warranty on the parts. So the lid can be replaced, the base can be replaced, and there are going to be various little options like the plastic bottle at the moment is what we use, but it's a Triton plastic, which is a medical grade plastic that can be used internally for medical procedures. And the reason that they've chosen plastic is a fewfold, but mostly because it's lighter. And secondly, also because there is less chance of it breaking, right? You don't want to drop your bottle and then it smash. But they are looking at making alternatives, because some people are like, this is the only plastic I really use in my whole house. Can I have a glass one? I'm careful with it. And so things like this are happening. We're so early that we actually get to have the CEO of the company onto our team call. This blows me away. That's what I love as well. So as you're hearing, there's many things that I love about this company. There's many things that I love about the vision that they have, the ethos that they're running. And this is why I'm so passionate about LUMIVITAE and what's happening here. So what I'd like you to do is just go back to the person that invited you here. If you're brand new, if you've been sent a recording of this, then honor how you got here. Honor the person that showed you, because that's how this system works. And I really want to honor everyone that is here, and I want to bring my genius, and I want you guys to bring your genius, and then together we work as an incredible team in Australia and Europe and ultimately globally to really bring this product out into the world. So with that being said, let me just have a quick look. All right, so there's just a couple more slides. So molecular hydrogen, where science meets opportunity. And this is really what's happening. And, you know, the wellness industry for decades now has really been one of the highest growth industries on our planet. And like I was sharing earlier, the fact that this most basic of all elements and most basic of all molecules is only really being brought into the mainstream now. Like when Tyler LeBaron first started studying about molecular hydrogen in 2007, there were a handful of peer-reviewed studies. There are now thousands of peer-reviewed studies, and all of that has happened just in the last couple of decades. So this is a wave, a tidal wave, like Taryn said, of opportunity for us to share and support our bodies, our friends' bodies, our families' bodies, the community's body to come back to homeostasis and really step into what is my full potential. And like Taryn shared, it's often just our own limiting beliefs that prevent us from stepping into our own full potential. And with molecular hydrogen helping each individual cell step into a more full potential, that ultimately will lead to us individually as humans also then having a bias, a biochemical bias of being in homeostasis. And I'm very much looking forward to the next few years and where humanity is and the level of ease and grace that is going to be present. I'm a true believer in that. So the increasing prevalence of chronic disease related to oxidative stress, such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, neurodegenerative disorders, creates significant market demand. And, you know, it's not that we're ambulance chasers. This is just every day on the street. Like there is almost no one on the planet that isn't suffering from one of these things, or at least some kind of mental, emotional, psychological stress, right? That is happening. And we're looking for ways to support our bodies to be able to really be nourished and remove some of this stress. And that is literally what molecular hydrogen does when it goes into the cells. When it enters the body, it looks for where is the highest level of stress, and it goes there and it supports that first. And this is under the $4 trillion market of the wellness sits the $700 billion market of biotech, right? And the $200 billion sector of packaged water and the $100 billion annual antioxidant supplement market. And all of this is going to be impacted by hydrogen, right? So it's very, very exciting. And this is some of the things that she wasn't allowed to talk about, that this is an old slide. So this is just an idea of what they're going to be bringing in as far as creams and face masks and molecular hydrogen pills and satchels. It's very, very, very exciting. So there is an incredible business that's associated with this. I'm not going to go through that today, but there are some great videos on that, and the resources are emerging because we are so new, but everything is coming to light. So wonderful. So I'm going to end my piece there.